Okay, wrapping up week 10 with a huge Saturday. Talk about that in a minute. And overall, a big week. We were up 36% again. So nice work out there. Talking to a lot of you this week about second half of the summer. You kind of end up with a little bit of the June gloom, like realizing you're only halfway there, but I promise 2 weeks into it, it's going to feel like the end is right around the corner. So hold on and just keep doing what you're doing. Last week's production, Canon with 7.7 leading out in Tri-Cities. Nice work. 80 with 6.8. Huge Saturday. Huge numbers for rookies, sorry. And Bridger Davidson, 6.5. Top sophomores, Mr. Pena out there, 6.5. Jake Roga, 6.2. Adrian, 5.7. Let's get those numbers up double digits. And top veterans, Jaime Sotelo with a career best week, 15.3. Congrats, Jaime. We're stoked at the summer you're having personally and the summer Quad Cities is having with you and Aaron. Jordy Sturgeon always up there with 13.8 and back at it, breaking 100 for the first time in June. Gabe Ramirez at 12.2 last week. Gabe had a slow week or two and decided, hey, that was the motivation he needed, and now he's back in the leaderboards. Nice work, Gabe. Office ranking, Dakotas taking the lead, 86.3. Huge week, Dakotas. First time in the top spot, I believe. And Minneapolis right behind them with 80.5. Quad Cities always at the top with 74. So congrats to the leaderboard. Not always what we expect. Expect to see Savannah up there, but fun to see Dakotas and Minneapolis taking the top. Office dinner goals. Valdosta was the only group that won it. Valdosta's making a turn here at the second half. They almost double digits every single day and continue to have huge growth year over year. And top area directors last week, top to bottom. So Jaime with 15, Gabe Ramirez 12, Angel Chavez with 11, Mr. Consistent, Kyle Song 7.9, and Brandon Miller 6.6. Nice job, boys. Aaron Engel 6.4, much better Aaron. Anthony Tong 5.1, Preston Bowden 2.0. Preston, get those numbers up. We know you can sell. And Greg Jacobson was MIA for the week. He had taken the week off to be with family, so I was out there substituting in Tri-Cities. This is crazy. Top rookies last week, 80 with 3.6. Lexi Hopper with 8.1 EFP. I don't know if I've seen that before. That is a massive, massive Saturday. Congrats, Lexi. Huge week for you. And Dakota's 23.6, again, leading out on a Saturday. Congrats to these numbers are awesome. I've sent out individual management groups to all the management group leaders of your production last year at this same time, broken down week by week till the end of the summer. It'll make it very easy for you guys to track what you need to do to have massive growth each week and see exactly what you did last week at the same time. And so please utilize that tool, plan your weeks around it. It should be an easy way to track your success and making sure that you're progressing. We are having rookies kind of either step up and figure it out this time or pack up and head home. I don't want to lose anybody. However, if guys aren't producing in a week, make sure that you're setting strict rules in your office to make sure that those guys are selling the following week. We've proven this, that if we set hard lines, we don't end up sending guys home. Guys figure it out and they start selling. So please be strict in how you manage and how you protect the culture of your office, and make sure everybody that's out here working is making money. And so that they're not just here for the lifestyle. So a few things out visiting offices. One thing I am noticing is our car group drivers are being lazy in a lot of cases. Car group drivers, if you're not selling 7 a week, you should not be car group driving leadership. I would be renting minivans or 15 passenger vans, throwing people in that and driving out. Make sure that your car group drivers either are turning on their locations or doing something to make sure that they are getting out of their car and working, especially in the hotter states. We definitely have an issue right now in car group drivers, usually veterans, having a hard time getting out of the car and onto the doors. The best car to be in is where you have the best car group driver. Everybody wants to be with the car group driver that gets them on the doors early and gets them off the doors late. Everybody wants to be in the car group that produces, that wins. And if you're not being a good example as a car group driver, you need to be riding in the back seat with somebody else driving out. So we need to fix that. We need to make sure that our car group drivers are dominating. It's the biggest way to make sure that our teams are successful. Leadership, draw the hard line. I know it's hard, but we have to make sure our car group drivers are producing each week and working. It usually comes down to car group drivers that aren't producing, aren't working. They've earned the right to be a car group driver because they know how to sell. It's very, very rare chance that they're actually working hard if they're not producing and they have a car. So minimize that. We have a lot of rookies that are outselling veterans right now because they get dropped off and they work the hours. They don't have the skill, they don't have the experience that the veterans have, but they're getting out there and they're working. Because of that, they're going to make more money than a lot of these veterans. So congrats, rookies. You're doing it right. Veteran car group drivers that aren't getting out of your car, I'm calling you out. Get out of your car. I'm going to make sure that you're riding in the back of your area director's car next week. We had the halfway through the summer call with the senior managers. They talked heavily about the upcoming charity event and in Guadalajara and the after party in Mexico. So please make sure that you understand it, that you guys are earning those trips and you're donating your accounts, and that we're competing hard in Viper and for Dream Team. We have a lot of guys on really high seats for Dream Team, and so it'd be super fun to have a handful of our guys representing either blue or red during the Dream Team competition. I want the blue team to win because that's my favorite color. That's the only reason. Viper is now live. Let's have a huge Viper 2 weeks. Next week is the regional summit, so we'll be out on having a regional meeting planning for extension. We do have extension incentives and goals already out, and a lot of people are already planning for their extension. We want to have our extension plan in place at the beginning of July. I'm being blown up a lot right now on who's running extension, where are we doing it. I think we're a little early on that. Let's wait till first week of July before we make decisions. Tell housing to chill out. We want to see what really becomes available before we jump on markets. We want to make sure that we are in the best stuff and that we're running really, really good extensions with great leadership and great technician crews. There will be a pay bump for extension and a scholarship bonus as well. So just expect Vivint to do what Vivint does and throw a ton of money at us to make sure that we hit our numbers late in the year. That's it for this week. Make sure to continue to dominate. We're chasing that 500 account level. If we could get everything installed, I think we'd hit it every week. So if you need more technicians or you're dealing with technician issues, make sure that you're communicating with your ed tech. You're escalating it up to me. If you need to, let's make sure that what we're selling is getting installed, we're getting paid on. Thanks. Have a great week.